Today, we are diving into 10 hacking tools that are not only incredibly powerful, but also completely free for anyone to download. What you're about to see is, well, it's fascinating, but it's also genuinely a little terrifying. So let's just get right into it. Yeah, that's not some hypothetical scenario. I actually did that myself while prepping for this. 43 seconds. That's all it took. And it's a pretty stark reminder of just how exposed we all can be without even realizing it. And believe me, that's just a warm-up. The final tool we're going to cover, it uncovered something that is pure nightmare fuel. You are definitely going to want to stick around for that one. All right, let's kick things off with tool number 10, Nmap, the network mapper. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital X-ray for any network. You run one simple command, and it tells you every single device that's connected, your phone, your laptop, your printer, and more importantly, which digital doors or ports are left wide open on each of them. So of course, I ran this on my own network, and the results were kinda wild. I saw my TV, my printer, and yes, even my smart fridge showed up, just hanging out with an open port, listening for connections. It's funny, sure, but it just goes to show you, everything is online and everything is potentially visible. Now, tool number 9, Wireshark, takes things a giant leap further. It's called the ultimate packet sniffer for a reason. It lets you see and read every single piece of data, every packet that's flying through a Wi-Fi network. We're talking websites people are visiting, searches they're making. If it's not encrypted, you can see it. And you know I had to test it. I fired it up on my network, and pretty much instantly, I saw my roommate's web activity. Sorry, bro, but yeah, your late-night Google searches are not as private as you think they are. Coming in at number 8 is the Harvester. This is a monster of an OSINT tool, and OSINT just stands for Open Source Intelligence. It automatically scours public sources, think Google, LinkedIn, you name it, and pulls together all sorts of info, like email addresses and employee names, all tied to one person or company. It is actually shocking what you can dig up from just one piece of information. I put in my own email address and boom, 47 different accounts it was linked to, including, yep, a super cringy Hotmail account from 2012 that I totally forgot ever existed. Taking that whole idea of connecting the dots to the next level is our number 7, Maltego. This tool is all about visualization. You feed it just one little thing, a name, an email, a phone number, and it builds out this incredible spiderweb, mapping all the relationships and connections it can find across the internet. I tried it with my phone number, and the results were just eye-opening. It immediately links to my Instagram, it found my mom's Facebook through public connections, and get this, it even dug up an old Tinder profile that I swear I deleted years ago. Apparently, Maltego remembered. Okay, let's get into the really scary stuff, password cracking. And number 6 is the legendary John the Ripper. Now, this is an offline tool. That means you need to already have a file of password hashes. Those are these scrambled, encrypted versions of passwords that systems store. You feed that file to John, and it uses huge lists of words to guess the original password. So, how fast is it? I tried it with a password I see all the time, Dragon123. It cracked it in 0.7 seconds, not even a full second. Why? Because that password is on every common password list out there. It's not guessing, it's just checking a dictionary. So that's for cracking a file you already have. But what about attacking a live login page? Well, that's where tool number 5, Hydra, comes in. Unlike John, Hydra is an online attacker. It just hammers services, like your router's login page, or even Instagram, with thousands of password attempts every single hour until it gets in. All right, we're going to jump ahead a little bit now, straight to the heavy artillery. Coming in at number 2, Metasploit. People call this the Swiss Army knife of hacking, and for good reason. It's a massive collection of over 2,000 ready-to-use exploits for known weaknesses in software. It's basically a library of attacks. And if you want to understand its power, just think about this. Remember the WannaCry ransomware attack back in 2017? The one that crippled hospitals and huge companies all over the world? Well, the exact exploit that made that attack possible, Eternal Blue, is sitting right inside Metasploit, ready to be used. Now, I have to be clear, I tested this in a safe, completely isolated lab environment on an old, unpatched machine. From the moment I launched the exploit to the moment I had full control of that computer, it took 11 seconds. That is how fast an unprotected system can be completely taken over. And that brings us to our number one tool, the one I warned you about. But before I tell you what it is, just think about this for a second. We use search engines like Google to find websites, right? But what if? What if there was a search engine that found things? Physical devices connected to the internet? Well, there is. It's called Shodan, and it is terrifying. While Google is out there indexing websites, Shodan is indexing webcams, traffic lights, home heating systems, baby monitors, and even the industrial controls for factories and power plants. The results are just staggering. I ran one simple search for webcams in India that were still using a default password. Over 8,400 live feeds popped up, just sitting there, completely unsecured, open for anyone in the world to watch. But this is the part that honestly chilled me to the bone. I narrowed my search down to my own local area. I found live feeds from warehouses, from office buildings, and from someone's bedroom, live, right now, no password required. It was at that exact moment I got up and unplugged my own webcam. So here's the most important thing you need to understand. Every single tool I just showed you is free, and it's legal to download. The good guys, cybersecurity professionals, use these tools every single day to find weaknesses and fix them. But that means the bad guys have access to the exact same arsenal. Okay, before you panic and throw your router out the window, it's not hopeless. There are simple, effective things you can do right now. 1. Change every default password you have, especially on your Wi-Fi router and any cameras. 2. Disable something called UPnP on your router. It can open you up to attacks. 3. Patch your stuff. Keep your software updated. And 4, please use a password manager and turn on two-factor authentication everywhere you possibly can. Look, if this whole thing has made you feel a little bit paranoid, good. Honestly, that's a good thing. A healthy dose of paranoia is your single best defense in this digital world. You can just think of it as free antivirus. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Which one of these tools scared you the most? Because knowing what you're up against is always the first step to staying safe. Be careful out there, stay paranoid, and thanks for watching.